What are the benefits of wireless display in the classroom? There are several concepts that can tie instructional success in the classroom to the ability to teach untethered with technology. The first one is leaving the stage to reach the class. Children receive 90% of their instruction through the spoken word. Visuals are great, but if the student in the back of the classroom can't hear you or are drifting away because they know you are stuck at the front of the room delivering this lesson, that great lesson you've perfected is going to be lost. In any given elementary classroom, 30% of children have some form of mild hearing loss, whether it's an ear infection or a developmental condition that might be temporary. The real issue here is that 70% of kids who suffer from mild hearing loss will suffer academic deficiencies by the sixth grade. So if I'm able to move around the room to reach those students, to give them some interaction, I'm helping to change that dynamic. Reaching students where they are. Many teachers recognize that there are students in their classroom who don't want to speak out or don't want to go to the front of the room to solve a problem or to give a presentation. And while these skills that we need to instill in each child are there for college and career readiness, we also might want to consider that students need other ways to express themselves. By being able to move around the room with your tablet and stylus, it's easy to ask a student to participate and interact with the class by just setting your device in front of them. It's likely that you will find a student much more willing to share what is on their screen than they are willing to walk up to the front of the class. They share their phone screens every day. Why not in class too? Saving instructional time. Using technology while doing proximity control is a new concept to most teachers. Teachers can save instructional time because they don't have to stop instruction to reach out to students who are excited to be in class and are talking out. I can move to that part of the classroom, continue to teach without interruption, and even involve those students in the lesson to keep the class moving. If I have to stop instruction, call out to those students, maybe walk over to the students, lose control of my technology, correct the behavior, deal with the aftermath, and then possibly have to do it again a minute or two later, I've lost precious minutes in the classroom. That's why the device is so important. I need a device that is versatile, that allows me to ink, to touch, and type when I want to. I can also create an interactive learning environment. ScreenBeam encourages tool interaction and collaboration to break free from the wires that normally tie them down. OneNote is one of those incredible tools that can transform a teaching environment. And if you're able to use it as a platform without wires, then you have increased its effectiveness as an interactive whiteboard, a note-taking tool, content delivery tool, organizational and research tool, and much more. I can also enable group and class collaboration. As a teacher, I want my students to learn that working together to solve a problem is a 21st century skill they need to have. With wireless display enabled on students' devices, I can be sure that my students can share and collaborate in a way that is more efficient and effective. I don't have to take the time to disconnect and reconnect cords. I don't have to worry about having the right connection. It just works. So now here is a visual of what classroom agility with technology looks like. I can go from lecture mode to proximity control, like we talked about earlier. I can go to student participation, where I put the device in front of the student. I can go to do some small group work with a few students while I'm controlling content for the class. With extended screen mode, I can actually be working on my computer with a group of students. Maybe I'm using Fluid Math or using OneNote while the PowerPoint is displayed on the main screen, and maybe the rest of the students are looking at the problem of the day. Maybe they're looking at the instruction for the group work that they're doing. I can do all that and still control everything from wherever I am. I can then maybe play a movie from the back of the room from my desk and still be able to keep an eye on all the students and show that video. And then I can easily and quickly go right back to lecture mode as long as it takes me to get to the front of the room. So this idea of classroom agility really starts to make more sense when I think about using ScreenBeam in the classroom and using Windows 10 to give me that capability that otherwise I didn't have and I was stuck in the front of the room. So now when it comes to your traditional classroom setup, it doesn't really matter where your desk is. It doesn't really matter where your projector is. I can move my desks around. I can move my teacher desk around. I can move my kidney tables around. As long as I have the ScreenBeam and Windows 10, I can put my computer anywhere. I can walk around anywhere. I can even do crazy stuff like this, a classroom in the round. Now, it doesn't really make any sense, but I'm not tied down to the wires. I'm not tied down to the wallboard. I have the freedom that I need to be able to have to teach how I want to teach in the classroom using the technology that's been given to me.